in your MySQL workbench, and today we're going to show you how you can create database from scratch. How you can create database from scratch. Firstly, we will help directly. This is the official workspace of MySQL workbench. So if you have MySQL workbench and you are following closely from our first video, this is the official workspace that is limited to 10,000 row or 1,000 row. You can share it from 10 rows up to 55,000 or 50,000 row. I think 50,000 row is the highest, so we're going to limit just to where it is. So firstly, you come to MySQL workbench, and then here you have just create. Once you say create database, and we identify the database name. Take for example, I will take beer factory as an example. Yes, let's use beer, and you give it a semicolon. Semicolon is when you ending the statement or whatsoever sentence in MySQL. Some places you use period, but normally in MySQL command line or whatsoever in the workbench, we don't use period. We use semicolon as the end of our statement and then execute it using the two lightning bolt. So now we have executed. If you look down here, you will see the database have been created. So you just refresh this and you will see here in the schema, you will see this identical database name called beer. Here is it. It has no table in it. Here is it. So you have to put this in use two ways. Either you go and click on beer, right click on beer, set it or load it as a local default schema. Once you click this, it is in use. So the next thing is for you to create a table for this database. You have to create a table. First you use beer and give a semicolon again, highlight it, and hit either of the lightning bolt. This table, or sorry, this database is not in use. What we're going to do now is to create a table here. So you say create table. Create table, and you have to give this table a unique name. We say worker, for example. Workers, then you must define in parentheses the workers ID. So you say W ID, and it is an integer because we're going to be using value here to give an ID number to our workers. So we have to make this identical key a primary key. So what you're going to do two ways. Either you create it at the very beginning, or when you're closing the entire command and you use a primary key below. In this case, we're going to insert it from the very beginning while we're leaving or while we're going ahead. So you say primary key, wow, primary key, and the next thing is going to get name for each of your workers. So we say names, and names is a varchar. We say name is a varchar. Must make it unique. So workers name, W name, for example. W name when it is a character and also a variable. So we take varchar and must give it a max size. The maximum size we're going to give this is, because it's first and last name we are going to use, so we're going to give it 50, max size of 50. give a max size of 50. And date hire, the date the identical person was employed or hired, so you say date hire. Date underscore hire. And date hire, we're going to use date, the date command, so just spaces, and you get date. Date hire is just date, and then you have a comma. Maybe you want to give telephone number to this person, so we send phone number. Phone is just an integer. And lastly, what we're going to add is for this person is salary. And in our salary, we're going to give Desmond. The reason is, what are we going to use Desmond? Because we want to use a fixed salary amount, for example, 1,250. Maybe the person is making 1,250 point something, let's say. So we're going to give Desmond and the precision of, we're going to give a precision of, in the Desmond, we're going to give it a max size of 5 and a precision of 2, meaning 5 whole numbers and then 2 decimal places, maybe 500.62, something like that, or 5.62, something like that. So, and then we close this and just give it one more bracket and then give a semicolon. This statement is completed. So now we're going to run again. If you look here, our table is now created with no value in it. So we come and say select star. In this case, it means all from our table workers. So WO from workers and give it a semicolon. Wow, mistake, sorry. So let's start from workers. If you select this, it's going to show you this. This table has ID, workers name, date hire, and phone number and salary. So that is how you can create a database in MySQL and create a table in MySQL. Thank you for watching. In our next video, we're going to show you how you can insert value into this table. For example, where we have worker must give a unique ID address, unique ID, what the worker's name, the date hire, phone number, salary. So thank you very much